Hello, my Visioneers. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And we're about to do episode 3 of Stillwater. We left off on a bad ending, so we're about to get our. We're not gonna go to the painting. Don't go to the painting. No, stay focused, Hugo. Won't let it get to me. Preparing himself. Oh, I guess I should do a recap. So last time, in the last video, Hugo, we got a choice to go to the painting or not go to the painting. Hugo went to the painting, and turns out it was a mermaid, and it took him into the painting, and he died. We died. We got a bad ending called Beyond the Painting. I think I got an achievement for it, which was kind of cool. I didn't know there was good or bad endings, so this is going to be really fun. But yeah, I think that was pretty cool. And also, Lewis is not a threat to Henry, or maybe he is. We don't know. But he was originally Henry's gay lover that his mother forbade him from seeing, which is a really cool plot twist in the story. And because of how much I'm loving this game, I decided that for my completing as many as I can series, I'm going to be rating the games at the end, like based on story, graphics, playthrough, like just based on different things about the game itself. And so far, this game is a 10 out of 10. Inside, scrambled together are a bunch of notebooks and small trinkets. Hugo continues to rummage through when he stumbles across an old newspaper article. The young man found dead by the lake. An unidentified young man was found on the morning of 3 days prior to his death, according to police. Ruled as a suicide, police have claimed that the troubled youth drowned himself. This certainly is a tragic loss indeed, an unfortunate event in... Oh my god. This certainly is a tragic loss and an unfortunate event indeed. XXXX comments. No claim of his body has been made yet. Lewis. By the corner of Hugo's eye, he spots a bright glint buried beneath the clutter. He reaches for it. A locket of brilliant gold shines and embellished, retaining a timeless luster. Inside of it safeguards a picture of a young man with glasses, smiling brightly. This must be the locket he was talking about. It's so pretty. I'm surprised it still shines like this. And this picture. Did he put this here? No. It might have been Henry. But why would he store it away like this? What should I do? Take the locket, take the locket. I should probably hold on to this for now. Take it to him, please. Lewis? A gentle but distant plea echoes in Hugo's heart. A forgotten ache of yearning regret grips him deeply. Feelings not of his own start to rise like small ripples on a pond, wanting to be found again and remembered. Don't worry, I'll bring it to him. I'll make sure of it. Hugo's about to put everything back in his chest when he feels a wet and cold sensation crawling up his leg. What? Water! The pool of water relentlessly spreads across the floor, already seeping into the chest. Damn it, no! Suddenly the lights shut off. A scream is heard, followed by a myriad of shouts. Hugo is about to call out to Noah, but stops at the sight of pale feet before him. Looming over him stands a tall and ominous figure. His face is shrouded in complete darkness, devoid of any human emotion. It appears as a young man, but Hugo knows that it's far from it. That this very thing is trying to imitate a human form, trying to be human. Hugo could only stare back. Paralyzed with fear, he is forced to watch the horror as it slowly creeps towards him. It's just like before, the sensation of something staring at him from within, but this time it's drawing nearer, inching ever so closely. The words to call out to Colby or Noah fail to reach out. Lodged in his throat, he struggles in pain. With his breathing shallow, he tries to force his body to move. And then it stops. Looking down at Hugo, filled with nothing but malice and contempt, it speaks. Don't get in my way. All of a sudden, the door to the bedroom slams shut and an entity disappears. The tension from his body finally releases its antagonizing grip and he gasps desperately for air. His vision blurs and his breathing is haggard. He staggers towards the door. He hits the handle several times, but it's tightly jammed. Fuck. Noah! Colby! To his dismay, he is only greeted with silence at the other end of the door. Damn it! From a distance, he faintly hears the sound of Colby's relentless barking as it gets further away from the house. Hugo rushes towards the window. He tries to pry it open, but just like the door, a heavy force prevents him from doing so. Like being underwater. His movements slow and drawn out, as if being dragged down by that thing. Fuck this! Frantically looking around the room, he spots a nearby chair. Without a moment's notice, Hugo grabs the chair and tries to strike the window. Bit by bit, window cracks get larger with each blow, splitting off smaller pieces. What the hell is this thing made of? Still trying to catch his breath, he musters all strength he has left for a final blow. Damn you, just break already. Yes, sir. Clearing out the remaining glass shards, Hugo peers his head out to see any railings he can grab hold of. However, he discovers instead that the wall adjacent is covered in ivy. Despite how heavy the rain has drastically become, he reaches out for it, grabbing a handful of the vines. Carefully he climbs out the window, gripping tightly and making sure he doesn't lose his footing. Yet to his luck, the patch of vines he clutches start to tear away from the wall. Out of desperation, he struggles to find grip on another, but fails with his hands slip out of reach. Shit! Clamoring wildly as he loses his grip on the ivy, he crash lands down on the thicket of bushes. Air forced out of him, he heaves uncontrollably, trying to even out his breathing, but even that is laborious. An immense pain spreads across, not only in his back, but his entire body. God, I'm getting too old for... You're 30! You're 30! You're 30! You have 40 more years of life expected, and a little bit after that. You're not too old. You just turned 30, my guy. Although his body screams out in pain, he forces himself up. There's still time. I can do this. I have to do this. With staggering feet and haggard breathing, he makes his way to the place where it all started. To the lake, where this tragedy starts and ends. But you were supposed to give... Sir, why's the time? Question marks. What time is it? Hello? You were supposed to give the locket to Henry. Colby, Noah, where are you? He hears faintly the sounds of barking and echoes of people yelling in the distance. He rushes towards the echoes, guiding him through the downpour. With his heart racing and blood rushing to his head, he finds his way to the lake. Drawing closer, he sees Nina giving chase to her grandfather. Unfortunately, she doesn't get too far as Noah stops her. Grandpa, stop! Grandpa! Let me go, my grandpa, he's... No, Nina, it's dangerous. You'll get hurt too. I don't care. I don't want to lose anyone anymore. It's at that instant Hugo trudges against the water, pursuing Nina's steed. Hugo? No, don't. Ruff, ruff. Please fall deaf to his ears. Not even the whines and worried cries of his partner could make him turn his back. Determined, he forges ahead. Nearing the deep end of the lake, he sees Henry Mortimer gazing directly at the abyss. He looks even more frail and disheveled than before. It's as if all the life he's lived up until this point has begun to fray, draining every ounce of himself, and surrendering it all to the lake. Before Henry could lean in, Hugo reaches out and tugs at his arm. Mr. Mortimer, listen to me. Nothing is waiting for you down there, so please come back to the shore with me. Motionless and unresponsive, he stares deeply into the water. The haze over his eyes is obscure and persistent. There are so many things we cannot afford to lose in our lives, and you're one of them. To Nina, you're all she has left. She needs you, Mr. Mortimer. Hugo felt it. A slight jolt from Henry's arm, as if stirred by the mention of Nina. He slowly turns to face Hugo. Nina. However, just as cruel and violent as the storm, Henry jerks back. Wrenching his arm away from Hugo told him, No. All of this is my fault. If only I got to Lewis sooner, none of this would have happened. He was waiting for me. He was patient with me. And yet for all the things he's done, I chose my family over him. He's gone because I didn't pick him. Henry backs further away from the shoreline. Mr. Mortimer. His manic eyes never straying away from Hugo, as he keeps his distance from him. Lewis, I'm sorry. I was the one who dragged you into this. You deserved so much more, and I wished... Henry struggles over his words. He clasped tightly to his shirt, his throat dry and taut from all that he has bottled up, from all those repressed and silent years of just waiting for his curse to finally take him. "I wish I had gone with you that night, Louis." "Sir, even if you could still covet that wish, it wouldn't resolve anything. Not for you or Louis. I read what he wrote to you all those years ago. Sorry. He understood if you didn't want to come see him. But the thing is, Mr. Mortimer, Louis never thought anything less of you. He said so in his letters to you." "His letters?" "For the longest time I wanted to believe he hated me for that, resented me for that choice. Or at least I thought it was easier for me to think that way. How long has it been since I talked about him?" "It's been too long, sir. But that's why you don't have to shoulder all of that pain by yourself anymore. We can talk about it. About you and Louis. All of it. Together." Hugo extends not only his hand to him, but a promise. Yo, his eyes are normal! A promise that Henry had yearned for so long. A way to forgive himself. He hesitates at first. What fool believes in a deserved forgiveness? Such a thing doesn't exist. And yet, despite everything, Hugo still reaches out to him. To a stranger. Maybe he can be forgiven. Just as he was about to reach out for Hugo, a hand slithers around Henry's instead. Its arm unnaturally contorts around him, while its head perches on his shoulder. This thing, this Louis, is no longer pretending to be human. With piercing cold green eyes, it stares directly at Hugo, mocking him, cursing him, wishing nothing but despair. "We can be saved. We can be forgiven. There is only one true way out of this. I will share with you the most happiest of endings." Before Hugo can reach out for Henry's hand, he disappears into the water. "Mr. Mortimer!" Without hearing the anguished cries and desperate pleas, Hugo dives after him into the abyss. We don't know where we are. We don't know what time it is. Plunging into icy waters, Hugo feels shock running rampant throughout his body, like spikes continuously piercing from his legs to the tips of his fingers, fiercely and unyieldingly. His chest tightens and his heart races as he begins to kick his legs, hoping whichever way he goes, he'll find his way to Henry. Sorry to mute my mic for a second. Hoping whichever way he goes, he'll find his way to Henry. Swimming deeper and deeper in, he sees faintly a figure slowly descending into the darkness. As he finally gets closer to Henry, long snake-like arms stretch across the void and grab Hugo's neck, violently squeezing all the air from him. He tries desperately to wrench its hands away, but with each struggle, Hugo's movements begin to weigh heavier and heavier. "Louis, where are you, Louis?" "It's looking for Louis?" Digging deep in his coat pocket, he grasps tightly in his hand the locket that Henry kept and had long forgotten. Holding it out, it shines ever so brightly in the dark. There you are." It releases its grip on Hugo and instead reaches out for the locket. Taking this chance, he drops the chain and kicks with all his might to grab Henry's arm. With his heart and body screaming in pain, he swims desperately to the surface. Almost there. "How are you talking underwater, sir?" "I just have to..." As the lights on the surface begin to blur, Hugo makes one last attempt to reach for it. With his limbs worn out and his energy spent, this is all he can do. Yeah, he's fucking talking underwater. Before he loses his consciousness, he notices a figure swimming towards them, getting closer and closer. Then everything fades to black. We don't know where we are. Again, we don't know what time it is. Again, this is becoming a pattern. Drifting along with what feels like an endless sea, Hugo courses through wave after wave, not knowing where he's going or caring for that matter. All he knows is that he's very, very tired. How long has it been since he's gotten a good night's rest? It's been too long. Maybe I should take that rest now. I'd like that so much. I agree that you deserve it, but not here. I'm sorry for startling you. I don't know who this is, so I'm just gonna do my normal voice. I just want to see you one last time before I go. Lewis? What is Lewis's voice? Give us a moment, I have to use the bathroom. Alright, sorry about that, I have to use the bathroom. Hang on. Just gotta unpin this. Okay. I can't thank you enough. No worries. I want to thank you too for watching over me. And also, I want to apologize for my remarks from before. I really thought that I had things figured out once I found you, but you know how that turned out for me. It's alright, really. After all this time, I didn't think anyone could hear me. Especially Henry. Lewis. I was worried about him for a long time. He always wanted to keep me away from his personal struggles, to keep me safe from them. But I was too stubborn for my own good. Honestly, I don't regret it. Any of it. Even if I could no longer reach out to Henry. Fate weaved its thread back to you. Our tangent, connecting us once more to this very moment. And for that I am forever grateful to you, Hugo. You're welcome, Lewis. From a far off distance, Hugo hears a voice crying out to him, beckoning for him to return. Well, they're waiting for you. I guess they really are, huh? Take care always, Hugo. You too, Lewis. Lake. Time doesn't exist. Water. With his eyes closed and his senses still returning, he feels the constant tugs and licks of a certain bloodhound. Whining as he tries to wake up his partner. Hugo! He also hears another familiar voice, too annoyingly close for comfort. Oh, and it's such a throwback to when we first met Noah. Hang on, I need some water. Eyes shut right open. He jerks up. Confused, Hugo looks around before he coughs up the remaining water in his lungs. Are you alright? Noah starts to pat his back while Kobe continues to whine over Hugo. What? What happened? Where's Mr. Mortimer? He's safe. So is Nina. They're both okay. The police and the ambulance should be arriving soon. Thank goodness. Isn't there more you have to say to me? Instead of thank goodness? I swear you don't listen to a damn word I say. I'm sorry, Noah. Exhausted, he lets out a sigh. He then continues to pat Hugo's back aggressively when someone approaches them. Detective Laurent. Oh, Nina. That's my water. There's someone I want you to meet. Behind her stands an elderly man, frail in stature. He timidly looks to the side pensively as he ponders to himself. Although his youth has long faded, his eyes are what catches Hugo's attention. They're no longer a piercing and vicious green, only eyes just like Nina's. Hello, Mr. Mortimer. Detective. I never got the chance to say goodbye to him. I always thought about it every day. What if Lewis lived in this world? What if he stayed a little longer with me? It's because of that constant mindset I dragged everyone down. And I kept hurting not only me, but Nina especially. I was the one who kept hurting her, the one to blame for all of this. But you, someone I'd never met, still went out of your way to save me. Not knowing my burdens or my faults. Thank you. Hugo reaches out to Henry and smiles brightly at him. It's my pleasure, sir. But before he lets go, Henry tugs at Hugo's hands one last time. I hope that someday you two will overcome it. I knew they were gay. Not those two. I knew that Hugo and Noah were gay the next day. Well, good morning, Hugo. You're bright and early. Morning. With much fervor and haste, Hugo resumes writing on his notepad. although by closer inspection he looks like he's going to combust any minute. "Are you writing up the report?" Without looking up, Hugo responds back, "Yeah, for the most part. You still need to write yours, too." "I will. But since I haven't had breakfast yet, I don't like eating by myself." "The hefty body breakfast special. Let me guess. 2 is better than 1. Bingo. Wow, Hugo, you're really catching on. I'm so proud of you." "Ah, shut it, will ya? I swear, if I only hadn't fallen off from that goddamn window, maybe my report would have been shorter." Before Noah could begin to cut the bacon, he pauses at mention of Hugo's report. "Oh yeah, by the way, you mind telling me what happened to the Mortimer's window?" I broke it." "Well, that's obvious to me. What I don't understand is, why is it broken? Do you know how much it costs to repair a window like that?" I know. It's really dumb of me. I'm sorry. Besides, I told Mr. Mortimer about it before we left. Honestly, I was expecting an earful from him. And also the bill. And, surprisingly enough, he said it was okay." Lucky us, right? So what, you just call it a day after all that? Thank you so much, Mr. Mortimer. You broke it. You pay for it. Would you chill? Of course I'll pay for it. But each time I keep insisting, he just shrugged it off. He said that we already went through a lot for them, so this was nothing in comparison. Ugh. You know what? He's right. After all that we went through, we deserve at least a nap. But before he can walk away, he stops and sees a familiar person walking towards the storefront, carrying something with her. "Good morning, you two." Just barely a foot through the door, a certain bloodhound stirs up from his resting spot and makes his way towards Nina, tail uncontrollably wagging. Good morning to you too, Colby." Nina scratches behind one of Colby's ears, making his right foot unconsciously move on its own, scratching an invisible but desirable spot for him. "Good morning, Miss Nina." "Morning." "What brings you this time around? Is everything alright with your grandfather?" "Yes, he's doing pretty well, actually. Even better than before. We talked so much last night I hardly slept at all. But honestly, it's been a while since I last spoke to him so freely like that. I hardly felt tired."
"That's wonderful to hear."
But there is something else I want to ask the both of you for. To put it bluntly, I need your help. If you two aren't busy, I would like some company eating these." Inside a clear plastic bag are a stack of 2 boxes placed on top of one another. She opens up the box on top and reveals a colorful array of neatly decorated donuts all lined perfectly. No cramped or squished spaces. A work of art in Hugo's OCD? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's not the only thing OCD is known for. And there's a lot of other things. I shouldn't have said that. My bad.
Wow, so pretty. Donuts? They look so delicious. I'm more than happy to eat these with you, Nina.
There he goes again with his donuts.
But yes, please join us, Miss Nina.
We are about to have our breakfast too.
Weren't we, Kuya? Always so brazen in front of others.
You do make it exceptionally easy for me.
Ugh.
Openly flirting? You both have such great chemistry with each other.
On second thought, I'm way too tired for this. I'm going to have to apologize in advance for this, Nina. But truthfully, I've been running on the last night's coffee, and I'm about to pass out any minute now.
No worries. Honestly, I think a little break time sounds like what we all need right now.
Thanks.
Sorry. Hugo puts down his pen and proceeds to head for the couch. Colby follows after him.
Would you like to join us, Miss Nina?
I would love to. I guess we could save these for later then.
Yes, please do.
Now come on, it's nap time. Noah sighs heavily before settling down the food on his desk. He then gestures Nina towards the sofa, in which she happily takes his offer and joins them. I just smacked my thigh. Look, gay.
Ugh, I'm getting old.
I mean, you are old.
Shut it.
This is really nice. Oh, good boy, Colby. Come here. Nina quietly comes at him and begins to scratch at the back of Colby's ears once more. Hugo leans a little closer to Noah, his voice above a whisper, but close enough for Noah to only hear him. My delusional ass is going crazy right now.
You know, I'm glad you came along yesterday.
Oh, what's this? Are you getting chummy with me now?
Call it chummy or whatever, but I really mean it. If you hadn't saved us back there.
Look, I told you before. I'll be there whenever you get yourself into reckless shit. Besides, didn't you say this was nap time? Get some rest. You deserve it.
You too.
A calming silence fills the room as they bask under the morning glow. No big parties or celebrations. Just each other's company and sharing the small reward. A small and warm comfort. Good end. Case closed. Wait, is that all of the endings? What? That's all. I just finished Stillwater. No, that was so much fun. That was so cool. I love this is a top tier game. I'll do a separate part when I rate it and stuff once my mind gets all of my thoughts in order, because I do actually want to do a breakdown of the game because it's really good, and there were a lot of details that I saw in the game that I thought were super cool. Anyway, I want to know what break room is. What is that? Oh shit! What's this? Nothing. Achievements. Where it all begins. Play Stillwater for the first time. No idea what that is. Beyond the painting. Approach the painting. Case closed. Save Henry. I bet if you play through it again. I have to play through it again. Credits. These are all the credits if you want to slow down and see who made all of this. It was a Spooktober thing? No. That makes it even cooler. Jukebox. Let's play Cage. Carla. Certain Morning. Dead City. This is goated. It is a goated background music. It was so calming. Holy shit. It was so good. Damn. Wait. Hang on. Let me go back to break room. If there's more achievements and more things here that I haven't found, that means I'm not technically done with Stillwater. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 achievements left. I wonder, those 4 achievements probably have to do with the choices. So if I start it, hang on, if I start it again and I play through and I get to the point when we have to decide to take the case or not, hang on, we're gonna speed through all this. We're speeding through all of this until we get to the point where we have to choose. I'm just pressing the spacebar because I don't feel like clicking my mouse at this time. I knew they were there from the very beginning. I'm not stupid. I knew it. Henry knew it too. It was the gaydar man. He knew. I like the fact that there was gay people in it, but it wasn't like, they're gay! It was just like, oh yeah, they're gay. That was cool. Sorry, I'm speed running. Alright, we have to get past the letter because that's when we get to choose if we want to take the case or not. Wild. Hugo gets the paper cut, yada yada yada. Yada 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 yada. Yada yada. Remember our promise, Henry. Okay, so I just spent a little bit of time trying to get to see if I get an achievement from this, because I need to know if I get an achievement from this. Pardon me. Reject the case. Hugo casts his face downward to stare directly at the ground in front of him, unable to look at Nina. The burden, the solitude, the madness. Hugo knows all of it too intimately. He suffers the same conflicts that weigh heavily on her mind, and yet, in spite of this, it is too much for him. Like walking along a tightrope with the ground void and unclear, vast and empty and dark. So very, very dark. No, I can still do it. We can still do this. Before he could respond, a distant voice, so charming, so terribly commanding, binds him at the spot. It's already too late for them, you know. No, not here. Dull but yet distant pulsating sound so rhythmic in its tune starts with maddening melody. From the top of his crown down to the base of his skull, he feels it, all present and daunting. Just let go. Let me help you. No, I can do it. If you would just let me. Snake-like hands wrap around his head. Such a kind person you are, Hugo. Hugo tries to ground himself. He tries to remind himself to breathe. A sweet and beloved friend. To remember there are people that care for him. The joy and warmth of their company. I wish he could have done the same for me. To remember that he is here and present, that he is useless. Hugo, hey, what's wrong? Tugging at Hugo's coat, Noah tries to take his attention, but fails as he notices something amiss. Hugo? There's a despondent look on Hugo's face, his eyes distinctly shrouded by a deep haze as if lost in them. He won't budge. No matter how many times Noah tries to tug or shake him, he still will not respond. But for Hugo, he can hear everything. Like a paralysis he can't wake from. His body sits there, motionless, and detached from everything. Desperate and concerned, Noah turns to Nina and ushers in a sincere apology. I'm sorry, Miss Nina, but I don't think we can help you at the moment. If you just come back a bit later, we can... No. It's fine. There won't be a next time. Hugo winces at her cold and blunt remark. No, wait, Miss Mortimer, please. Nina stands up abruptly from her seat. She wipes away the tears quickly from her reddened face with the sleeves of her coat and looks down. Once more, her tense and cold front-like demeanor returns to the forefront, already trying to forget and move on. Without so much as a word, she slightly bows her head towards them and walks out of the office, not once looking back. Bad ending, pulling strings. Nice. Okay, so we got an achievement from that. Oh, okay, so Wordle begins, play Stillwater for the first time. Great, got that one. Pulling strings, turn in the case, beyond the painting, approach the painting. One of them would have to do with not picking the locket. So, if my calculations are correct, if I do my quick save, do this one. Don't go to the painting, da-da-da-da-da. Mountain dead, suicide. It wasn't, he was murdered. Okay, so now we have to leave the locket. I think it's best to put it back for now. Hugo hears a distant faint cry to call out to him, pleading him to take the locket with him. Louis? Hugo's about to put everything back in the chest and he feels like, Okay, so we've seen all this before. I think it has to do with once you're in the lake. Like, once you're in the lake, you're supposed to have the locket with you while you're in there, but you don't. Bam, bam, bam. He's going through his entire life over and over again. Lake. Great, it's the lake. I think there's only one good ending. I'm just guessing. One good ending. I mean, everything else is bad. There's not even like an okay, medium, lukewarm ending. It's just all bad. We don't care, Henry. Stop being a twink. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. That's so rude. Oh my god. Embracing him. Let's share this happy ending together. Ooh. Okay, that was a bit wild. He feels nothing. His body weightless and floating for who knows how long. It's cold. So very, very cold. How long has it been? Oh! That is a parallel to when he's talking about how tired he is. He goes, he's tired. He's very, very tired. How long has it been since he's taken a nap? He's cold. He was very, very cold. How long has it been since he felt like this? This empty feeling of just not being here or anywhere. It's comforting and nostalgic. Maybe, just maybe, this isn't so bad after all. I think this is for the best. Oh no, it's far, far from over, Hugo. After all, you said so yourself. Seeing the things you do come with a price, right? And oh, what a hefty price has been paid for your stupid little blunder. So get up, Hugo. We are far from having a happy ending. Hugo! Hugo's eyes shot right open, his vision distorted in a blur. As he tries to focus on Noah's voice, a violent tide bursts within him as he coughs out the remaining water in his lungs. He can feel Noah's hands rubbing his back, anchoring him and checking to see if he is all right. But deep down, there's something far more concerning to worry about in this moment. Where's Mortimer? I'm sorry, Hugo. I tried going back into the water after I fetched you, but the paramedics stopped me. They told me it was too cold and dangerous to head back in. No, it can't be. I'm so sorry, Hugo. No, please, God, no. He couldn't hear the rest of it. His body trembles as his hands clasp tightly together in a fervent prayer, wishing for a miracle to happen for them, to have Mr. Mortimer return to them, finally safe from harm. But for this silent wish, the small and glaringly impossible wish, no one would answer. There was no kindness in this sunrise, only the gut-wrenching wails of a woman by the shore pleading to any god who can save her grandfather. But no matter how many would try to search through the water, they wouldn't be able to find him, for there was no one left to save anymore, just a washed-up, forgotten tale of a man and his mermaid. As Hugo tries to stifle his cry and soothe the lump lodged deeply in his throat, he hears it. A laugh, a cruel and heartless laugh, echoes from the lake, mocking him, cursing him. A harrowing and merciless victory for this curse. A curse. It was a curse after all. Bad ending, A Mermaid's Tale. Achievement unlocked. Okay, what was another choice? Another choice. What other choices were there? I don't think there was any. The painting, A Mermaid's Tale, case closed, save. There's two more? What are the other achievements? That is so weird. I don't remember. What are the... I bet that these two have to do with these two things, but I can't figure it out. And I think I'm gonna have to end the episode there. I mean, I've completed the main game. I got the good ending by saving Henry. I got a few more achievements, but there's two mystery ones. Huh. So either I'm gonna have to create a separate episode where I find out what those two achievements are, or I end it here. I think we're gonna say that this is a bit of a cliffhanger because I completed the main game, case closed, saved Henry, and had nap time. And I think it's better to have this peaceful ending, and maybe I'll search for these two other things on my own, these 4 other things on my own. But I think it's good to know that their souls in the story got rest, and I was able to complete the good ending of this game. I will probably look for these 2 and whatever these are, so these 4 things, I don't know. I will look for them. I will search all over the game, and I will probably record while I do it, but if I don't find anything, I probably won't upload it. But with that, my Visioneers, I hope you enjoyed what has turned into probably a monster of an episode. And I'll probably do a video soon rating Stillwater, and then I'm probably also going to put a poll up on the community page of my channel, and basically just try and figure out what game I should play next. I have quite a few games saved that I do want to play next, but other than that, I think that's going to be it, and have a great day or night wherever you're at. See you later.